Spiritual awakening is often described as a deeply transformative journey, but it can also be a very painful one. When we experience the dark night of the soul and are going through spiritual depression, it is a common question that comes to your mind. Why me? Why can't I find happiness like my friends or family? Why do I feel everything so deeply? Why do I introspect so much? Why do I have to go through so much pain while others seem to effortlessly attract happiness and abundance? The answer lies in the understanding that the path of spiritual awakening is not chosen by the ego self, but by a deeper, higher part of our being. This journey is not about immediate gratification or comfort. It is about growth, it is about evolution, and ultimately being one with the infinite consciousness. And I will give you multiple reasons in this video why you should consider this time when you are isolated from the world and everything seems to be falling apart as a blessing. We know from the path of Sankhya Yoga that we all are souls who are having this human experience, and the soul's goal is to ultimately merge with the infinite consciousness. Therefore, this journey of raising consciousness to a level that it merges with the infinite source involves taking multiple incarnations in this 3D world, where Prakriti or Niyati enables the Jiva, which is the individual soul, to create and dissolve karma, which in turn raises the consciousness of the Jivatma, which is the soul in its purest form. I have talked about Jiva, Jivatma, Atman and Brahman in a separate video. If you have not watched it, I would recommend you watching it first because that would help you have a better understanding of these concepts of Advait. So now coming back to the question, why spiritual awakening is so painful? There are two types of souls incarnated on earth at this time. The first category consists of young souls who are primarily here to create new karma. These souls are relatively new to the cycle of reincarnation and have a long journey ahead of them. They need to experience different levels of consciousness across many lifetimes to progress on their spiritual path. The second category consists of souls who are very old and they have incarnated millions of times. They have taken millions of births and are here to dissolve their accumulated karma. These souls have already experienced a significant part of their Sanchita karma, which is the total accumulated karma from all the previous lives in past incarnations. I have talked in detail about the different types of karma and their role in defining our destiny and free will in our lives in a previous video, for which I have tagged the card at the top of the screen. So in case you did not watch that video, you can go ahead and watch it first. For these old souls, the upcoming remaining lives or the current lifetime is a critical period where they are working towards resolving their remaining karma, thereby advancing their consciousness closer to God consciousness or the Atman, which is the innermost essence or the witness consciousness. And this process of dissolving karma is inherently more challenging than creating karma. This is because the old souls who are at the end of their journey, they must balance out their karmic debts to reach a state of equilibrium and neutrality. And this karmic resolution is not easy. It often takes place with life circumstances that cause deep emotional pain and cause that feeling of unhappiness and dissatisfaction and temporary depression. Now, young souls, on the other hand, who are primarily focused on creating new karma, are operating from a lower consciousness and are here to reinforce old belief systems. Their energetic frequency is quite low and they are not very connected to their higher oversoul. This means that they identify themselves with the physical body or the Sukshma Sharira. For them, the definition of happiness and contentment lies in physical pleasures, everything that is related to the body, and they spend multiple lifetimes in materialistic pursuits. Because in this case, the Jiva feels a stronger connection to the physical body and a weaker connection to its higher self or the Atman. But for the very old souls who have negated most of their karma and are getting closer to higher consciousness with every new incarnation, they start with identifying themselves first with the Karan Sharira or the causal body, and then slowly shifting their consciousness towards the witness consciousness, which is the Atman. For them, physical pleasures no longer provide happiness or anand, which is the feeling of blissfulness, because their heightened consciousness fosters a stronger connection with the witness consciousness, leading to the realization that true bliss lies in the truest essence, that is the Atman. Therefore, as and when these old souls are at the end of their journey, their karmic cycles become accelerated. This means that all the other souls with whom they have soul contracts will also incarnate to resolve their karma with the old soul. So, this collective effort helps the old soul to reach higher states of consciousness. And the intensity of these experiences can be very overwhelming, but it is a necessary part of the purification process. And so, resolving karma is tougher than creating karma, because you are at the end of your journey. You need to pay back your debt in order to reach that state of equilibrium. Therefore, merely having the thought that there must be more to life than just the physical world, and the curiosity to learn about higher knowledge in itself is a huge blessing, because this indicates that you might be at the end of your own spiritual journey. So, if life is giving you lemons, be grateful for them, because they are there for you to evolve, to raise your consciousness, so that you move one step closer to liberation or moksha. So, stop looking at others and worrying about what's going on in their life. Focus on yourself. Read religious scriptures, they hold the answers to your every question. Exercise, follow a healthy diet, eat food that is easily digestible. Take walks in nature. Engage in activities that uplift your mood. Keep yourself and your surroundings clean, because that helps in clearing your negative energy. Have a curious mind even during dark times, because your mind, when used properly, can help you emerge even from the eye of the storm. So, this is it for today's video. I hope you liked the insights that I've shared, and we'll meet again in the next video.